I never thought I would see so much opportunity in the markets coming up here in June. It's a perfect time for me to talk about my favorite project. Speaking of exciting updates, make sure that you stay tuned and watch until the very end because I'm going to make an announcement about a massive giveaway that we have coming incredibly soon. If that sounds good to you, make sure that you like this video and subscribe so you don't miss time-sensitive updates like this one. My name is 𝗨𝗪 and I've been in cryptocurrency for nearly 10 years. On this channel, we go into deep dives about the best projects in crypto and tell you everything that you need to know in the world of blockchain. June is going to be a massive month for Paid Network. We have so many important updates rolling out, and I wanted to give those of you who are loyal subscribers and viewers of my channel a first inside peek of what we've got going on and why I believe Paid will soon be a top 100 cryptocurrency. And by the time that we have the entire platform rolled out, I'm sure that we will be top 20. The first update I want to share is our Binance Smart Chain integration is now ready to roll. As I'm sure all of you know, Binance Smart Chain, or BSC, has been on quite the tear lately, and everybody has been porting their projects into BSC. Well, Ignition, my friends, now is BSC and Ethereum native, meaning that we can launch Binance Smart Chain projects using 𝗏20 tokens to do the fundraise and to launch. Paid also completed our ERC20 to 𝗏20 token bridge, meaning that probably by the time you're watching this, Paid tokens will be on Binance Smart Chain as well, and we will open up our liquidity pool on PancakeSwap, allowing you to buy and sell Paid tokens very fast and very cheap. The second update I want to share is 𝗨𝗪𝘁. Some of you have seen the very exciting videos that have been shared and kind of have been wondering, what is 𝗨𝗪𝘁? 𝗨𝗪𝘁 is another launchpad that will also be using the Paid Network token. But what does this mean? And why is this incredibly exciting? Well, Ignition is geared more toward whales. And why did we design the token metrics that way? Because it creates a tremendous amount of demand for the Paid token, which is great for the entire Paid ecosystem, right? More demand, less supply equals higher price. And for that reason, we did not want to change the lottery rules or the metrics for Ignition itself. However, we have been listening very carefully to our community and understand that there are a lot of you, a lot of loyal Paid holders that have not had much of an opportunity to participate in Paid IDOs. And for that reason, we wanted to bring you something special. What is that? That is 𝗨𝗪𝘁. 𝗨𝗪𝘁 will be built using the exact same technological platform as Ignition with a different front end. However, it will be different lottery rules. We will be using a method similar to something like TrustSwap or BSC Pad, where we've got different tiers, where as long as you're holding a minimum amount of Paid, you will get guaranteed allocation to every single IDO. The third update is something that I'm quite excited about. As I'm constantly doing market research, finding out how we can improve Paid, I came up with the idea that we should be launching a Chinese launchpad. So I'm happy to announce to you that we will be doing Paid Ignition China coming very soon, and probably just a couple of weeks. Paid Network China will be very similar to Ignition. It basically is Ignition, but built for the Chinese community specifically. And from what I understand, the Chinese community really loves Western projects, yet they do not have a lot of access to them. The language barrier is tremendous, so tremendous that a lot of Chinese cannot even come over to Western launchpads and participate. Additionally, this is really exciting for the Paid ecosystem and projects that will be doing their IDO on Paid ecosystem, because every Western project wants exposure to the Chinese market. Why? Because the Chinese have a lot of money and it is a huge market. The buying power from China is probably equal to the entire Western market combined. With that being said, we wanted to make sure that we penetrate that market and that we get full exposure both for Paid and the projects that are launching on Paid in China. This gives Paid a very unique value proposition over every other launchpad. Projects often come to me and say, Kyle, we're considering doing IDO. Who else do you recommend that we go with? DAO Maker, BSC Pad, whatever. And the reality of the fact is that most of the audiences on these launch pads are quite similar. So while a project aims to gain the dual exposure of both communities of something like Paid and DAO Maker, for example, in reality, a lot of the community are the same. However, we will begin to propose to projects to do their dual IDO on Ignition plus Ignition China. So what does all of this mean for the Paid token itself? Well, for each of our platforms, Ignition, 𝗨𝗪𝘁, and Ignition China, they will be independent for their staking programs, meaning that if you're holding Paid tokens on Ignition, they will not be applied toward IDOs on 𝗨𝗪𝘁 or Ignition China, for example. These are two entirely different projects, but we wanted to give the benefit to the Paid ecosystem by making those new projects take the Paid token versus creating a new Paid token altogether. The fourth update I want to share with you is something incredibly exciting, something that I've been working on for many years. We're about to launch House of DAO on a private island incredibly soon, and I could not be more excited. This is a beautiful resort with about 400 rooms with a private beach. It is gorgeous and stunning. And of course, Paid Paid will be accepted at House of 𝗬, giving it yet another significant utility, and we plan to expand to 15 to 20 more locations over the course of the next 10 years. And of course, Paid will be a token that is accepted at House of 𝗬. And last, I want to talk about our future roadmap and where we're heading. We have really been digging into the Polkadot ecosystem. We have been hiring some amazing Rust developers and beginning our journey down to building our own native blockchain that we intend to connect to Polkadot. Why is this significant? Well, this is significant because we fully intend to become a Polkadot parachain, and we believe that we will have enough economic demand to justify having a parachain. Having a parachain is incredibly unique and will be incredibly rare in the world. That factor alone should make the valuation of a project skyrocket. Some of the things that make me very confident are the following. One, Master Ventures, our parent company, is launching a Polkadot and kusama ecosystem fund. And of course, one of the projects that we'll be backing is Paid Network, supporting Paid Network on its journey to parachain, lending out our DOT to Paid in order to gain access to that parachain auction. And I got to thinking, because we incubate so many projects, advise projects, and because we're building projects, and that's not going to stop, it makes perfect sense for our parachain to become a layer 1 infrastructure blockchain where we can allow other people to build their decentralized applications on top of what we will call Paid Chain. That means that Paid Chain will become a layer 1 protocol, allowing people to build applications on top of it and competing with the likes of other parachains such as Moonbeam, 𝗏𝗏, Parastate, and Plasm. As you can see, there's a lot we've got going on for Paid Network and the Paid token itself. And I will not stop creating new and innovative ways for the Paid token to be utilized. I promise you that I will be something similar to CZ, where I'm always innovating and always bringing projects and things that will bring value to the Paid ecosystem. If you have any questions or suggestions about Paid, make sure that you leave them in the comments below. I'll make sure to go through each and every one of them. Now brings us to the big giveaway news I teased at earlier. For all of you who have been loyal subscribers and commenters and likers, I've got great news for you. I'm going to be giving away guaranteed public sale allocation on Paid Ignition. All you have to do is be subscribed to my channel, leave comments on my videos, and you'll be entered to win. In June, I will start announcing winners, but it gets even better. I have an even bigger giveaway coming, and I cannot wait to share it with you. Make sure that you subscribe and turn on notifications because you do not want to miss this opportunity.